The thing is, when the Brexit crisis happened, it made me think that I should turn my attention, if only for my own sanity really, to what was happening in Britain, which is my home country. Hello there, my name's Abby Innes. I'm a political economist at the London School of Economics in the European Institute, and I have a new book which has a slightly bizarre title called Late Soviet Britain: Why Materialist Utopias Fail. The history of the Cold War would teach you that British neoliberalism, Thatcherism, and the Soviet system in Central and Eastern Europe are exact opposites. And of course that's correct, that's absolutely right. What I wanted to do though was to show how, in terms of the way they think about the economy, they are exact opposites. In effect, they're both materialist utopias. They both operate under the assumption that they alone have understood the predetermined natural laws of economic development, of how the economy works, and so the effort behind the new governing science, Soviet economics in the East, neoclassical economics behind neoliberal government in the West and in the UK in particular, the whole effort becomes about trying to make public institutions, companies, government policy conform to the theoretical blueprint. This is a fundamental shift from the way we used to govern society in the post-war era in Europe. In the post-war era, governing orthodoxies used to be problem-solving orthodoxies, in effect. They looked at the real political economic crises, the Great Depression, how to rebuild after the war. They looked at the dynamics, the historical dynamics in their own economies that had been very problematic, and they asked themselves, how can we mend those in a very practical way? What do we need to do? What do we need to adjust? What new institutions do we need to mend those problems? It's a fundamental shift in the UK from 1979 to today, to go from that to thinking, we have the governing science, we know how these things work. So what we need to do is make not just society, but the people in society conform to the theoretical blueprint. And what the book is about is the failures of that project and why it fails, not just in the Soviet system under central planning, but in the British open liberal democracy under a very free market economic orthodoxy.